So here we are with the NS200. Let's hop on this. Okay, so this one gets the main stand, I believe. That was soft. Okay, so that is the updated digital cluster. Let's adjust our mirrors. It's gonna be quite a short ride. It's got good low end torque. And the mirrors out. Yeah, boys! As usual, some of the other mirrors out. There's a lot of buzz in the low end. I can feel it on the tank, especially on my knees. Okay, this is a considerably new bike, so I think they put polish on the brakes, so I'll have to be careful with the braking. Damn, this motor is really tractable. Compared to the Duke, I feel this has more low-end torque and it's quite more tractable. I don't know if it's because of the triple spark technology that Bajaj has been showing off all the time. Okay, HIL. It feels like you're sitting above the bike, just like the KTMs and just like the Speed 400. Okay, that is some weak ass horn. I have to take this bike to the higher end. Okay, that is good. I feel after around 6000 RPM it smoothens out. Suspension's not bad. The front is a little soft, but the rear is hard. Ooh, typical Bajaj smell. Since they put polish on the engine, that's actually melting off, I believe. There's this really nasty smell which comes out of it. And when I bought my Dominar, there was this really nasty smell and I had to pressure wash it the first day after I got it back home because I seriously couldn't live with the smell. The switchgear quality isn't that great. They've changed the indicator setup over here. It's not the traditional one. Man. Okay, the suspension setup is really nice. The bike likes to stick to the ground, and I love the exhaust note after 6000 RPM, dude. So nice. Haha, 6 gears for the win. So, in my opinion, the new headlight, it looks like Chad. I don't know why. Like, looking at it from the front, it looks like Chad. What a bike this is. So there are too many buttons over here actually, I feel, because there's a mode button, indicator horn, and then there's this. So I feel they could have, managed the buttons quite better. And I feel the bike is very compact. The wheelbase is very short. Feels really natural in the city, but I feel once you hit the highway, you're gonna face quite a few stability issues. Clutch is light. It can be operated by two fingers. So I feel at the low end there is a buzz, especially in the tank and the bars, the clip-ons. But yeah, after around 4000 RPM it just smoothens out. It's quite decent. Lovely exhaust note. So usually the indicator protrudes outside a bit, so it's easier to find, but this one is not quite easy to find. So there's not a lot of space to move behind, and when you adjust yourself, you go hit the pillion seat. So it is compact, but it comes with its disadvantages like that. That was close. That was actually close. They put polish on the brake, I believe. Yeah, I can't comment on the brakes. The turning radius is good. Quite flickable. See that? And the thing is that if you counterlean the bike just goes. And it's a wonderful chassis. So I don't know how they managed to fit 3 spark plugs in the combustion chamber, even though it complies with E20. The thing is, the Bajaj Dominar, after it was updated to E20, they reduced from 3 spark plugs to 1. And I thought they would do the same with this, but then Bajaj always finds ways to drill holes in combustion chambers for absolutely no joy. Very well balanced. It's actually terribly well balanced, dude. And I don't feel it's really front heavy. Gear shifts are butter smooth. Very tractable motor. So summarizing, it's a very tractable motor. It's agile, very flickable, and the engine has 3 spark plugs. I am going to stress on it. It's not a really bad seating posture. It feels really comfortable, so I'm pretty sure you can easily go touring on this. Check that out. I'm not even using the accelerator. Quite tractable? No. I mean, it is quite tractable, but the thing I was doing back there was testing the glide through technology. Okay, the front brake is coming back alive, and every time I do that I bounce off to the tank. So I would say tank grips over here would work out. You have to install tank grips over there and there, so you're much more comfortable gripping the tank with your knees and your thighs, and you can take your hands, I mean, you don't have to take your hands, you can just feel much more relieved on long ride or just in general. The underbelly exhaust, dude. And this is to control the DRLs, I believe. Oh yeah, there's only, yeah, this is the low beam and that's the DRL, I think so. Side stand, there you are. So the things that have been updated on this bike is the E20 variant. There's no change in the engine, I believe. The headlight and the LCD display, which is new. It used to be analog in one side, and the switch gears. There are no changes with the chassis or the design elements of the bike. It's still the same triple spark plug engine. So I would say if you want a Duke's engine which is got good low end torque, go for this bike. Otherwise the Duke is still unbeatable compared to this. So with that, I'd like to end this short video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Mode. Okay. The amount of panic I was in, dude.